Claus von Stauffenberg was German military personnel who is popularly known for his failed efforts to destroy the Nazi Party by killing Hitler at the iconic Wolf's Lair. He, along with Hans Oster and Henning Tesckow, was some of the primary icons of the resistance movement that scathingly criticized the Nazi Party and wanted them out of power. However, despite the team's brave attempts, they failed to assassinate the Fuhrer. Naturally, this led to his execution, which was immediately performed following the Valkyrie Operation. Stauffenberg had a fairly successful military career where he was awarded several titles including the Graf and the Schenk among others. He participated in the German attack against the Polish and Soviet Union armies and also led the front during the Tunisian campaign of World War II. In this video, we will learn more about Stauffenberg, his early life, military career, and death. Early life and career. Claus von Stauffenberg was born to a family of nobility. His family enjoyed all noble privileges including the titles mentioned in our introductory note until nobility was finally abolished in 1919. Stauffenberg enjoyed a happy youth with his brothers and together actively participated as a member of the Knopfonder Group, which was a Boy Scout association in Germany. As with his brothers, he received an excellent education with a special emphasis on German literature. But as fate would have it, he finally assumed a military career and joined the conventional regiment owned and operated by his family in Bamberg. During this time, he and his brothers came in contact with Albrecht von Blumenthal, the iconic literary figure Stefan George, and others who formed an influential literary circle. Interestingly, many members from this circle later joined the resistance. During the initial days of his career, he was assigned the role of a lieutenant. This was during the 1930s and he used this opportunity to learn more about modern warfare and weapons. He was also extremely interested in utilizing horses in the war, which was a tradition that lasted until the last leg of the Second World War. Over time, his regiment was merged with the 1st Division Regiment in Germany under the leadership of the iconic and fierce General Erich Hübner. As with Stauffenberg, Hübner was also a part of the resistance group. However, the majority of his first few plans were quashed by Hitler's eventual success in partaking in the Munich Agreement. While Stauffenberg didn't seem to openly criticize the racist and fanatically nationalistic elements of the Nazi Party and even participated in the German invasion of Poland where he explicitly expressed disgust for the Jews in Poland, he never went on to assume active membership of the party. Even during the presidential election of 1932 where Hitler was a famed candidate, he supported Hitler's views and his principles. Interestingly, he also actively practiced Catholicism and believed in the Catholic way of life. After joining the German military forces, he strongly swayed from his dislike of Hitler's usual policies and reverence for the man's military prowess. However, he was soon proven wrong by Hitler's moves, because of which he started harboring a strong resentment for the state of affairs in Nazi Germany. Stauffenberg's hatred for the party intensified following the Night of Long Knives and a couple of similar events which further confirmed that Hitler did not intend to explore or even reason with the concept of justice. To add to this, he had witnessed the first-hand mistreatment of the Jews and other minorities and the systematic oppression against any sect that Hitler deemed intimidating. These events conflicted with his Catholic views that didn't support suppressing anyone's religion, and after a point of time, it also started playing with his sense of justice. Role in the resistance coup. Stauffenberg's disillusionment with Hitler was at its very peak when he moved to the front to support the German attack on the Soviet Union. However, with time, he found himself in an increasingly difficult position to adjust to the constant mistreatment of the Jews and other minorities. He then requested the authorities to move to the North African campaign. Here, he served as regular staff of the existing Panzer Division. Unfortunately, the campaign left him in huge disarray after he experienced wounds on his left eye, hand, and fingers. Such was the extent of his wounds, that he lost an eye and a couple of fingers from the war. While still recovering from his physical wounds and constant mental conflict, Stauffenberg finally decided to eliminate Hitler. Thus began a long conspiracy of several military personnel against the atrocities of the Fuhrer, and he played a key role in all conspiracies and deliberations related to the topic. Such was his growing disgust for Hitler that he decided to reserve the biggest role of assassination for himself. He finally got an opportunity in 1944, when he had finally risen to the ranks of colonel and was also assigned a titular role in the Reserve Army Command. Thanks to this role, he could directly access multiple conferences that Hitler individually attended with his close allies. He realized the worsening situation and did not intend to waste any time further. Finally, he decided to launch a major attempt to assassinate Hitler. After at least 2 initial attempts, Stauffenberg could successfully leave a bomb in the headquarters where Hitler presided. This was in Rastenburg, and the plan was meticulously carried out from start to finish. Unfortunately, the bomb couldn't assassinate the Fuhrer. This was followed by a sequence of planned attacks in Berlin that was equally unsuccessful. Death. Following the assassination attempts, security tightened at Hitler's headquarters and the Fuhrer ordered his trusted personnel to decipher who launched the attack. After a long series of interrogations and discussions, the Nazi Party could pinpoint a bunch of conspirators including Stauffenberg. Naturally, both he and the conspirators were executed on Hitler's orders. This was almost a day after the attacks were launched. On 21 July 1944, Stauffenberg was executed by the Nazi Party along with thousands of others who were killed based on the same crime.